Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man, at your superheroic service. How are you all? Hope you're doing very, very, very well. This little video is basically just me going, hey, Wonder Woman 1984 is out in a few weeks' time. Fingers crossed, come on, COVID, get your ass out of there. Leave our cinemas alone. Yeah, I'm, as you may gather, quite a big fan. When I say a big fan, I loved the first movie. I liked Wonder Woman in, Justice League, the animated show and all that, and a couple of their little animated movies. And if you do gaddy about in the Kilt Mansion somewhere and have a little look in one of the libraries, you will find a couple of graphic novels as well with Wonder Woman. And but I don't know, I'm not steeped in all the history. I'm not, a huge aficionado. I don't know all their adventures and sagas. I just don't. Because with most superhero stuff, and it's the same with Marvel, is that, like phases, you kind of get into something and then you drift down a bit again. And if you watch my channel, then you know that I do that quite a lot. And but Thor's still my favourite. For all you, DC, complete, devotees, he's wearing a Marvel Thor t-shirt. How dare he talk about Wonder Woman? Because there are people like that, I can branch out, I don't stick to one thing. In this woke age that we're in now, I don't, just stick to one thing. I embrace it all. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait for it. Now, October 2nd is the release date, so yay. And I did a video on this the other day, but sadly, you guys haven't seen it because it got blocked. Why did it get blocked? Well, because I stupidly went ahead and played Hans Zimmer's track, which he released that day, called Themyscira, which, looking at the trailers, does appear to be that when Diana is still like a young girl and competing in lots of these sort of like Olympic Games type things, and there's a big running thing, like, and they're on this sort of obstacle course. It appears to be the music from that sequence, and it's really, really good. It got touted as being the main theme. It isn't, and I know it isn't because when the copyright claim got banged in on my video, it said it's the track Themyscira, so that's why I'm making that deduction there. But my god, it is a fabulous bit of music, and I wish I could play it for you because I really, really got and so enthusiastic and excited about it. And the whole thing is that I love it when that, like George Peppard in the A-Team, I love it when a plan comes together. I love it when you hear music like that for a forthcoming movie that really gets you fired up and excited. And man, did it work for me. So much so that I've been playing it pretty much non-stop. In fact, right now, I'm not playing it, which is a rarity because I know if I do play it, you'll never get to see this video. And we wouldn't like that, would we? She's a Wonder Woman. Anyway, yeah, Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot, because it's Gadot, not Gadot, return. And you couldn't have it with anybody else, could you, than Patty Jenkins handling the whole thing. Because she brought such humour, action, soul, adventure, romance, and humour to that first outing for first solo outing for Gal Gadot. And it worked a treat. I am not a fan of Batman vs Superman. I thought that film, whatever version you watched, stinks to hell. But I did like her bits in it then. Well, obviously I like her bits a lot. And same with like sort of DC, I think, has rushed too much into putting ensembles together. If someone up there in the clouds disagrees, because it does seem like a tempest is brewing. Actually, I woke up to a hell of a storm this morning, and but that was just the wife. Yeah, it's really blowing a hoolie out there, and the rain is coming down. But then again, that's maybe Thor's influence, God of Thunder. But DC rushed ahead trying to compete with Marvel. Marvel really, they sussed out what they were doing right from the word go. Their plan, their long campaign really paid off. DC made a right hash of things. And that said, I do prefer, well, I've always said this, I prefer the standalone movies where you've got one hero, you've not got like a gazillion in a big team up. They're good fun. I do love the Avengers, but I do prefer the standalone films. Always have done. But for DC wise, I liked Man of Steel until that ridiculous, protracted, all out destruction and chaos at the end of it. Visually splendid, but I liked Henry Cavill as Kal-El. that guy, the big Boy Scout, red, white and blue, that fella, flies faster than a speeding train, catches bullets in his teeth. And then I loved Wonder Woman, and I loved Aquaman as well. Aquaman really worked. Again, that's the magic. You've got to have a charismatic star, an engrossing epic story that goes places, and loads of action, and a real good sense of humour and heart, and that's when it works. Throw it all together into Batman vs Superman, give it a darker edge. That did not work. Well, it didn't work for me. But we're digressing. So finally, Wonder Woman 1984. I think that's a wonderful touch as well, to take it to that era. It just gives it so much more visuals and culture style that they can play with. And of course, for having Chris Pine, old Steve, having him back again, he's going to be the fish out of water. Instead of it being Wonder Woman in the First World War, learning what the new world is all about, or rather to her, the outside world, now it's Steve, reawakened or brought back. How is he brought back? Well, I mean, if you're looking at the trailers, whoever that guy is, and I'm trying to go into this film possibly as blindly as I can, which is a rarity for me. We've still got a few weeks to go, so I'm bound to learn a hell of a lot more in the meantime. So hey, take this at face value. But someone in this new movie is granting wishes, whatever you want to be, you can be. And of course, that's how Cheetah is going to come into existence. Barbara, whatever her name is, Kristen Wiig. Now, let's be honest there, Kristen Wiig, there's a lot of people going like that. That's not going to work. She's going too far out of her comfort zone. But isn't that the mark of someone who can act, if you can go out of the comfort zone and bring home the bacon? Because you don't know that she can't. Now, I'll be honest, in the latest trailer, where it shows a bit more of her and her, her angst, what's her motivation? Does she just want the life that Diana Prince has got? Does she want Wonder Woman's... Well, who doesn't want Wonder Woman's life and powers, But is that the motivation? There's got to be more to it than that, I would assume. So obviously her wish comes true and she gets to become Cheetah. And yeah, it does look a little bit Cats-like, doesn't it? But how is it not going to look like Cats? She's a feisty feline with superpowers. And I quite like the look. You only teased really in the trailers as to how she does look. And there's a lot of, digital sort of work taking place. And that sort of grey, cobalt shot through, silver grey, fairy suit. Looks good, looks kinky. I like it. And she does look suitably, feral and demonic as well at the same time. The claws, bit of maybe a female saber-tooth thing going on there. And it does look exciting. I've actually seen some good close-up imagery of how she looks in the movie. And I like the look. It's how it translates well into, the fast action, the obvious relentless CG that's going to take place. But, pitted against Wonder Woman, I anticipate a smackdown of real tour de force proportions. Well, let's hope so anyway. Can you hear that? Rupert Gregson-Williams' score to the first Wonder Woman. And that is the theme which Hans Zimmer created for Wonder Woman in Batman vs Superman. Everyone goes, oh, the electric guitar. No. It's electric cello. So instead of going, she's actually going like that. That's a workout and a half, that isn't it? A cello like that. It sounds fantastic. It sounds so wild, renegade, frenzied, primal rage. But it's got that sense of whoa, pure energy. And you gotta love that sort of thing. And I like how Rupert Gregson-Williams, in his score for Wonder Woman, the first one, incorporated that. I mean, you heard it then, but he also brought a lot of passion and emotion into that score. It's a big, rich, enveloping score. Hans Zimmer's fingers are all over it, of course, because don't forget, Rupert Gregson-Williams is a protege of Hans Zimmer, as many of them are. Sorry, I was looking down there at the cover of the CD for it, mainly because there is another Gregson-Williams. There's Harry Gregson-Williams, and yes, they are related, obviously. And he's also part of the stable, the Hans Zimmer stable. So inevitably, it was going to come back to Mr. Zimmer again. And I really wish I could play that theme for you, because it's so exciting, uplifting, optimistic, with a huge staccato build-up and a choral background. But it clearly is, if you listen to it as well, it's got that style is in it. Although that's not being played, but it's got that style in it. Works great. It's all over YouTube, folks. It's funny how I couldn't play it, but it's everywhere else on YouTube, so give it a listen. Themyscira. But because, well, you know me, because I got so Wonder Woman infatuated because of that music, and I got really back into it, I couldn't just stop at listening to the music time and time again. Oh no. You know, me and Merch, we're like that. And me and my bank manager, well, he's like that to me. This is from McFarlane Toys, and this is the, what is it, DC Multiverse. Here's the here's the box, and there's a few other figures in this range. This, folks, has just arrived, and you do get one of these little character cards. In case you forgot who she was, you know, why did I buy this again? Who is she? Oh yes, Wonder Woman, Princess Diana of Themyscira, also known as Diana Prince, curator at the Smithsonian. Height 5'10". Shit, she's bigger than me. Then again, who isn't? But these figures, and there's another one as well in her golden armour with the wings, and yeah, I was torn between getting that one and getting this one, but there's more flesh on show with this. I know it's only plastic. There's more flesh on show with this, and you cannot beat that iconic look. Those colours, that styling, it's just wonderful to behold. She has one lasso which you can just clip on there. She has another lasso which she can fling about to a heart's content, you know. But the beauty of this is there's so many points of articulation. The toes can bend, knees bend, legs come out at really wild angles. Don't get ahead of yourselves here. Lots of ball joints and multifaceted articulation. Everything twists and turns. Torso does. The only thing that doesn't really move is the head, and that's because of this elaborately gorgeous and very, very accurate and wonderful to behold hair sculpt, which is truly amazing. But I do like it, and yeah, you know, I have looked, and it is a little bit risque what's under there, because it's not quite as tight as it should be. Who knows? It could only be a man to design this, but the amount of poses that you can get her into, you know, and you can do that amazing leg sweep that she does when she gets down on one knee and slides and just takes the legs out from under people. Wonderful stuff. It's just a shame that the sword and the shield didn't come with her, and I hadn't really thought about that. But when I opened the package, I was like looking, where's the sword and shield? Doesn't happen. It does come with a base though, which is okay. So obviously you can just have her standing there. If you clip that on, maybe if the balance is okay, you can get her doing like a, you know, a bit of a Jean-Claude Van Damme kick. And believe it or not, it's standing. So, balance and poise. It's got them. And we all like a bit of balance and poise in our toys, don't we? But obviously, you know, with the lasso, you can have her flying through the air and all sorts of things. That golden one, with all the gold, shining, highly detailed golden armour with the big unfurled wings. You can take the wings off it as well, but it comes with a different kind of stand, one of them clear perspex ones. So she's actually, you can stand it sort of flying, and it sort of hooks around her lovely midriff, so she's completely flying. It does look great. And another massive thing about Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot's incarnation of Wonder Woman is that even given the climate of today, it's really coming down now, folks. The pitter patter, equality, feminism, equal rights. You know, everybody has got a chance to be somebody. Well, superhero stories have always been about that. They've always been about the underdog who can rise up and become, you know, a champion. That's the message that's always being preached, and you know, it's one worth preaching. But it could have been so easily just done right on the nose, feminism and empowerment, and yet in the first Wonder Woman, it doesn't seem to be like that. It seems to be organic and to work. She is a fully three-dimensional character with values, with issues, but with nobility, honour, loyalty, determination, all the saving graces. But it works. But she's got a rage to it as well, and the feminism angle really isn't sledgehammered home. It's there only because it's part of the story. It just is. You know, you can't avoid it, and I'm hoping that they keep that going through 1984 as well, which could be an era of, you know, exceptionally difficult, you know, standards and values. So, you know, but I hope that's not too dished on and ladled over and smothered. But comedy again, the comic timing. Chris Pine is marvellous, always marvellous. And I say he's the foil this time. He's going to be the idiot. And we've all seen the different clothes he's putting on, walking around with a fanny bag on him and all that. Like, oh, this looks great. What's this? That's a trash can. Oh, trash can. Yeah. You know, you need that. This is where DC was going wrong by being too brooding, too dark, too po-faced. You've got to have that sense of humour, and that's why Aquaman worked so well. Because as great and as full of bravado as he is, Aquaman's kind of like the Thor. Believes in himself, but he can, you know, make mistakes, and he can look like a complete tit, you know, and that's why I love Aquaman. And my man Momoa playing him is superb. But you know, I still love Hemsworth's Thor. Is just, I love the first Thor. Everyone else goes, no, it's boring, that one. Well, I thought it was great. The fish out of water, you know, it's like, it's good, bring me another, you know, and all that kind of stuff. Like, this body's weak, feed me now, I need nourishment, all that kind of stuff. And then it crystallises with Thor Ragnarok, which is just genius. So Taika Waititi, in him we trust. For Thor Love and Thunder, oh man, you think I'm giddy with excitement for Wonder Woman 1984 and Aquaman 2. Thor Love and Thunder, that's the one that's really going to clinch it for me. But yeah, the soundtrack is great to 1984 by the sound of things, and you've all heard the Blue Monday variation, because it's like the 80s synth pop ruled. So obviously I'm in there straight away. But that sounds great, and I hope it's in the movie as well, that it's not just playing on some of the trailers, that it actually is incorporated. But you know the bright vivid colours, the horrendous fashions, mullets, an age of mullets, come on. But it does look great, the action looks fantastic. People have been going on about the way that she's literally like Tarzan, she's swinging across the cosmos using lightning bolts, a bit Thor style. Well, I think it's quite a unique way of doing it, you know, I think it works. So you're going to have it like this, spiralling through the heavens, from lightning bolt to lightning bolt, sizzling through the thunder, and which, by the way, I think is imminently going to put in an appearance. How great's that? If the thunder and lightning does arrive and I'm sitting here wearing a Thor t-shirt. But anyway, folks, there you go. McFarlane Toys, a wonderful addition to their lineup, and if you think that's good, wait till I get the one of the golden armour. That's pretty damn smart too. there's a good figure. That's a good few years old, that one. But good articulation, very good design, very good sculpt. And it's got a nice bum as well. These things are important. You see that they do dress down. You know, they know that's it. She's not a voluptuous woman, Gal Gadot, at all. But she is an astonishingly beautiful woman. But her legs are endless and to die for. Whereas, you know, Linda Carter was, well, fantastic. You know, but I still love her version. But she is a much slenderer type of build, more athletic, more lithe, more agile. But it works. It works for me. So, folks, there you go. Do let me know what your thoughts are about the impending arrival of Wonder Woman 1984. Have you got high hopes for it? Did you enjoy the first one? Is COVID going to make a shock reappearance and close cinemas down again? Let's pray not. It's already killed off Michael Myers this year. Halloween Kills definitely will not be on video on demand. It definitely will not be in the cinemas until October next year. While you're praying that cinemas stay open, can you pray for my conservatory roof as well, because it's leaking over there again. Summertime. This is bloody summertime, you know. Anyway, folks, for me and all these endless wonders which are surrounding me, including this little cute one here. Ah. Take it easy. Be happy. Be healthy. Be heroic. We've all got it in us, you know. We've all got it in us. No matter what size you are, what colour you are, how old you are, doesn't matter. We can all be heroes. There's definitely a song there somewhere. Anyway, folks, in the meantime, and that wondrous in-between time, please be happy, be healthy, keep it kilted, keep it Celtic, and I'm going to see you all. Get out of my way, you. Yeah, wonders never cease.